We feeling good? We feeling good? God, no. No. Man, man, you know, it's really all you could say. You know that picture of like Book when he like lost the NBA finals and it's just like damn. Yeah, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. What up, Suns fans? Wait, let me try that again. Take two. What up, Suns fans? Suns now lose three in a row. The Suns have lost three in a row, this time to the Denver Nuggets. Final score Denver Nuggets 117, Phoenix Suns 90 on the dot. There is not that much to talk about today, as well, I believe it's already all said already. Anything that has been said, it's already there. But we'll talk about all that and more in just a few seconds.
Kevin Durant delivers. Gorgeous move for Bradley Beal.
Personally, I feel like that brother needed help.
Devin Booker with the clutch three.
Can you believe it? I'm sorry. I don't think we've ever had this on the show before. Where the Suns have had back-to-back meltdowns. You saw that yourself, right? It was just 2 days. If you count today, if you don't count today, it was only 1 day. That pretty much sums up my feelings on this Suns team. Now, ironically, I'm also pretty tired today, so we're going to keep this a nice and quick, short one. Okay? But simply, the Suns are melting down right now. I did not think it could get any worse than what we saw last night, or I guess 2 days ago, against the Detroit Pistons. A lot was said during that game, and I think a lot of that still stands to this day. It was only 2 days ago. I mean, the Suns, uh, we don't have that much progress. I made a lot of statements about this starting lineup, but as of right now, Book is still injured. Actually, we should be getting him back just in time for our next game, which is also against the Nuggets. So we'll be getting Book back in a while. So we'll see where that starting lineup story is developing. But Jesus, it's getting to the point where I could definitely start seeing uh, the justification for blowing this all up. The Suns, quite simply, are in a very dark time right now. This is the lowest I've ever seen them, dude. And well, I haven't been there for the dark ages before Book here in the valley. Um, but this is as pretty bad as you get in for the modern day Suns. Holy crud. Um, yeah, I mean, we have KD, we have Bill. I First of all, let's just get let's just put away the problem, the main problem of tonight's game. What is that problem? Effort. Yeah. Effort. It's once again efforts about this team. Um as quite simply, the Suns just came out looking tired. I look tired right now. I should be the ones tired here, you know, keeping up with this Suns team and having to watch this Suns teams each time. But for some whatever reason, I wish I got paid $1 million to go look out, just go look tired on that court because that's essentially what the Suns did here. Just no energy. It was quite pathetic out there. Hence the name of the stream. Um, the Suns once again met the our average 15 turnovers. A lot of them were just really dumb to start with. I mean, just right off the mind, Josh Okogie, he had 3 turnovers tonight, and 2 of those were just simply because once he got the ball, no pressure around him, he just stepped out of bounds. There's multiple other times where the Suns were just making a lot of dumb passes. This team's just dumb. They're dumb as rocks right now. And there's also a lack of effort on just like hands and the ability to rebound on this team, as the Suns definitely had a chance. Okay, definitely going into halftime, we're only down by 4, I believe. Um, the Suns had a chance. They were just making a lot of dumb errors, which were really costing them that lead at halftime. So that third quarter, you got to make it up. You got to come out with energy, and that's exactly what the Suns didn't do. Great strategy, Suns. Um, as we then allowed, I didn't really look at the numbers because I was just depressed. When I tell you this game was pathetic, it was saddening. The Suns then allowed the Denver Nuggets a 45-point quarter in that third quarter. That's definitely not helping the third quarter allegations. It's over, people. That's what sealed the game. Suns just continued to be so pathetic out there. Jeez, it's really bad out there, guys. And I I mean, it's got to make you wonder what's going on behind the scenes, you know? There's no way the Suns, after just miraculously start having this downward spiral that we've seen them having these last couple of games, of just not being able to compete. I mean, that it's just been starting to boil down to the very fabric of this team. First off, this team is really showing its age. Uh, I don't have the stats on me, but we're constantly mentioned as like one of the oldest teams in the one of the older teams in the NBA, I should say. And tonight it definitely looked that way, as even the flat-footed Denver Nuggets, I would say, they're not having the exact championship season they had in prior seasons, but like even we made them look really good in comparison. I mean, they had a 45-point quarter, for Christ's sake. Um, Suns, just no effort, no real effort out there. Um, is is quite sad to see. Just seeing this team get whittled down to the bone over these last couple of games and being exposed for the true team that we all hoped they weren't going to be. Um, yeah, it's bad, people. It's bad. I usually okay. Here's a little behind the scenes. I usually have notes that I take during the course of the game. Yeah, you see the fourth quarter. um, I didn't write anything that fourth quarter. That just goes to show you how I was gone. I I don't think I've ever felt this bad about a Suns win. I don't usually let Suns wins affect me all that much, but tonight it definitely did, and I haven't felt this bad about a Suns win since that um, Timberwolves game winner, Julius Randle put up against us. So this is just a really low point, and for it to hit around Christmas, the jolliest time of the season or of the year, it's it's quite like a black sheep. It sticks out a lot. Is putting a damper on this team that we were supposed to know, um, that we really expected to have a championship season. I don't know what it is. Um, I mean, I guess you could say maybe one of the reasons I'd say this team just looks so deflated is because they faced the literal Indiana Pacers and the Detroit Pistons in the last like 5 days. Um, yeah, those don't really just kind of fade away. The Suns really put up so much energy just to keep up with those two young teams, the speedy and fast Indiana Pacers and the hard-headed and tough Detroit Pistons. So I'd imagine that is the most likely reason why the Suns look so deflated today is that they've just been simply beat up over these last 5 days, which they've had a collective 3 days of rest and like 2 games. So that's not much time to get some rest. So that could be definitely a factor on why they're so gassed. Definitely still doesn't excuse them for this sad night that they put up, especially when the Denver Nuggets are also on a back to back right now, where they went into overtime against the New Orleans Pelicans team. It's so sad. It's really sad. And another thing I would add on to this mess is that is the sobering reality that the Suns simply haven't improved. I mentioned it a lot last time, uh, in our last episode, that the Suns don't simply learn from their mistakes. Um, I mean, we still don't rebound. So there's another example of that. I was also using that to refer to like just the lineups that we throw out there. But now this is turning into a back to back season type of thing, as simply the Suns have not improved at all. As I took a look at the schedule that we had last year, and you want to know what the record the Suns had going into their Christmas Day game, it was 14 and 14. And right now, your Suns are 14 and 14 on the season. Um, and then we proceed to lose that game Christmas Day against the Mavs. And then we fell to 14 and 15. So it's quite saddening to see this Suns team not only improve what should have been an improvement on last year's season, but continue to learn nothing. And quite frankly, a lot of the Suns fans are frustrated, including me. Like, it's just the same. It's starting to become a thing, a turning cycle every night that, you know, the Suns simply can't keep going on like this. Matt Ishbia knows that. Anyone on the Suns front office knows this. There's no way that that they're just looking at this and they're okay with it. Matt Ishbia is a millionaire and is fine with throwing tons of cash away, but I feel like he's smart enough to recognize this. Change is coming to the Phoenix Suns, and that's really all us Suns fans can hold on to hope for right now during this cold, harsh winter. Literally, well, depending where you are in the country, but if you're in Phoenix, it's not that cold. But change is coming. The question is what's that change going to be? Is it going to be a small little one, a tweak to the lineups that I've suggested quite a few episodes back? I guess last episode of Bill going to the bench, probably, or is it going to be a huge blockbuster trade and we see Jimmy Butler don a Suns uniform, or is it going to be role players that we're going to see? I would advocate for the role players, but it will be definitely interesting to see what change the Suns are going to need because they definitely need it. This is not a championship team that we were all promised. So the ball is firmly in Matt Ishbia's court. They are not going to ride this out. It's quite simple that you're not going to ride this out. The Suns are not going to improve anyway. Well, so far, how they've been handling this. Um, something needs to move. Something needs to budge. And I'm afraid to say I hate to leave this episode. I don't want to get too depressing. on this, but it's just quite simply the fact sports are depressing right now. Well, sports in general are depressing. So I hate to keep piling on to this right now, but quite simply, not only is the Suns situation really bad right now, but like I've said, if you just take a look at the coming schedule, it doesn't get much easier. The rest of the December, we're facing top of the West teams, so it doesn't get easy in our opponents' matchups. There's still really good teams to come, so we need to see uh, the Suns answer back in that department. So I think that's where we're going to cut it. There's not much else to say about this game. I could go on talking about the stats here. Uh, KD, after having his great 40-point game, he did have 27 points. Bradley Bill, who I am donning, he was a lot more aggressive today, and he had to be. He had also 23 points. So I really liked seeing that from him. It was just a bright spot in tonight's game. I hope that Bradley Bill continues to be more aggressive, and this just hopefully this proves that Bradley Bill is amazing with the bench, because that was the specific lineup that we threw out there where Bradley Bill was surrounded by bench players, and it looked really good in that third quarter for certain stretches. So I hope this is information to changing that starting lineup, and they're looking over everything. I hope they are, and they aren't just doing this because they don't want to hurt any feelings. I believe I saw like a comment from someone on the Suns Reddit that put it in a way I think I'd agree with. Is that like if Bradley Bill, they have to come to Bradley Bill and put him on the bench, and if he's open to it, that's great. There's communication. But if he's not open to that, then he just simply doesn't fit on this team, and he should waive his no trade calls. Right? It's yes or no, black or white in that scenario. There's no need to continue delaying this issue and possibly continue to have this internal just starting lineup problem that we seem to have. So I don't know. I still like Bradley Bill on this team. He put up a good night. He's really aggressive out there. I just love when he plays his game, because at the end of the day, that's what we brought Bradley Bill here, is to play his game. And he's always playing third fiddle to KD and Book. So hopefully that's something going in that direction. And other than that, no one else on the team to put up any good of an effort. Ryan Dunn, rookie, Oso, rookie, Oso rookie. They just remain bright spots because it's it's the youth, the rookie on this team, the rookies on this team, and they always just give energy. So it's always nice seeing them out there. And yeah, nothing else notable. I hate to end this just speech or this episode on such a dark note, but this is where the Suns are right now, and currently it's where it's going to stay for now, at least. But it is quite late, so I do not want to stay up any further editing a huge video. So we're going to end it here. Hey, if you like this content, please like, subscribe, and comment. It really does help us all out. We're inching very close to Christmas. Our very next game is on Christmas, December 5th, in 2 days. Christmas is 2 days away, and it's funny enough, it's against Denver again. I was really hopeful about these two Denver games, as my prediction has finally come to an end. I had to extend it a bit because the play-in season ended, so we got two extra matchups. But I went a total 5 of 7 during this during this 12 games when I originally predicted a 10-2 record. Yeah, things have clearly changed since then, and I think going forward, my predictions will get a little more accurate. Now, funny enough, I went 5-7 over these last 12 games, which is funny enough. Also, the same records record the Suns did. The Suns have also gone 5-7 in this last 12 games. So, I mean, I've slowly been falling back on my prediction record. I'm falling closer to 500. So, that sucks. That sucks. I'm gonna have to improve on that. But that's about it. All right. Have your guys's a Merry Christmas, right? Next time we'll basically be here. It will be Christmas, but it's a 8:30 p.m. game, so that is quite late in the night, and Christmas is basically already over at that point. So this is just preemptive. Have yourself a Merry Christmas. Don't forget about the Suns. Who cares about the Suns? Nobody really cares about the Suns. All right, just go enjoy it with your family, and we'll be back here on Christmas. Okay? Don't freaking worry about this game. Don't let it hurt your Christmas spirit. It's just some guys playing basketball. That's all it is at the end of the day. All right? See you guys later.
Kevin Durant delivers. Gorgeous move from Bradley Beal.
Personally, I feel like that brother needed help.